Smashing.
Hello everybody, it's your old past SLOSMASHN with another fantastic tale of smashing and bashing. It's SLOmotion. And in this tale,
Quit clowning around, Georgie. Quit clowning around, Georgie.
yeah, the Axial brushless Bronco, yeah. So we all know the early Ford Axial Bronco is cool just for the body alone, especially if you like figures. I love this truck, but out of the box it was kind of underwhelming other than just the coolness of the body. It wore off. It was the body's super heavy and the electronics to me just suck, and I just wanted it to be a whole lot cooler or as cool as the body looked, at least performance wise. And I'm going to start with the obvious right here, the body, the little accessories I chose to add. Of course, I had to go with the It Clown because I just had an extra one aside from my collector display one right there. I had to add the clown, the original Pennywise the clown, not that other like modern one. His little like, y'all float down the hood, Georgie, like little paper thing right there. What else are we going to do with a piece of paper? But these, what I loved right here are these bendy balloons right there. You can move them so they're protected down when you're like driving out on the trail and stuff, or just pose them for pictures. They bend up and everything. I love that he has the balloons and he's just that face right here, like he's just having a blast and he's gonna murder you and then bury you in a hole, because that's why he has a shovel right there. And I got like that. I take the tire off of this thing, because if you don't do anything, at least take the tire off, because that weight just balances it back on this heavy thing. I ditched those stock wheels and I put them on my Wraith, but I did keep the center caps right there, because these things are cool and they're easy to put on. And with these trio wheels right here and the blue trio wheels, they just look sick, awesomely awesome right there. Just thread them on, makes it look a little bit different, make your own instead of just another trio wheel right there. And then I wrapped it with Proline crawler tires, and I think I tried using a G8 just so I could go a little bit stiffer, even though these are really sticky, and just to help since this is so heavy, which I'll get to later. Speaking of the weight, I couldn't use the regular stock foams. Those Proline memory foams are great. They're just for light to medium weighted trucks, and this thing is heavy. It's like a heavy smashing pig. So I went with Proline dual stage foams, and these work great for heavier trucks like this. It's just awesome. Let's pop the hood. And boom, look how nice and clean that is. Got rid of that stupid 2-in-1 RTR electronic thing. Added the other receiver box right there. Added a different receiver that I linked up to one of my other radios right there. And you can't tell right here, but it's brushless. I put a Hobbywing Fusion 1800 kV, and this thing is like a beast. It screams down across super smooth. Yeah. This part is the scale awesomeness to this. You can't really see it. It just, everything is so clean down the stroke without that clunky 2-in-1 firma thing that it came with. It sucked. It's just so much space and everything's so clean now. I was able to get this cover on. It was a tight fit, but a little drumming and filing away. I got the new brushless system in there. I don't even know. It's like you could just barely sneak it right there. It's in there. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen. It's in there. But I just love how this came together so good. You can see all the pulleys right there. But I got the Fusion system in there, 1800 kV. This thing screams with it. I'm surprised with the stock gearing. Give it a little bit more wheel speed, but incredible slow smoothness. Aluminum horn, which you had to get if you're using a different servo. You couldn't reuse the same aluminum horn because they use that 23 tooth horn, so I had to get a new special one that had like a high rise on it just so it could clear the links. So that was kind of a pain in the ass, but it's all worked in the end. 35 kilogram generic servo in there. Good power, love it. And what else did I do right here? I got like some trio brass right there to help, because this thing was so heavy out of the box even after taking a tire off. Once I started adding scale items, or like just accessories, I guess, not really scale, it started adding weight towards the back, which I still need to fine tune, because going up like 50-degree inclines or worse or less, it just kind of backs off. Even as heavy as it is in the front, especially with the battery and everything, it still needs a little bit more weight, so I'm gonna get a little bit more weight for that in the future. But overall, this thing performs leaps and bounds, night day difference, better than stock form for this thing. And another must for me was tuning the suspension, just putting some really thick oil in there. It just helped and made a difference a lot, because now it's nice and firmer right there. Still using the stock springs. I like the shocks, I like the articulation it gives, and I like how it feels now with that thicker oil. I don't remember, I think I used 55 or 60 because the body was so heavy, and now it feels so good versus like stock. It was like woo, like a wave, you know. I mean, this is generally going to be a trail up and down truck, but now it's just a lot better going side to side now. But let's pop the hood and let's get into some smashing action with the IT Bronco. Now. Alright, welcome back. Hope you all enjoyed that smashing action with the IT Clown Bronco, really a Ford Bronco. This thing is a heavy shoulder pressing truck right now. I'd say is heavier than my Axe Gen 8, and that thing was a pig truck. It was pretty heavy. This thing's like over 10 pounds now, and I still want to add more front weight just to help its vertical climbing. But this thing is cool now. Just after those upgrades that I showed right there, this truck is just like I knew it could be. It's so much better than just out of the box. Like I just saw it in my mind right there. I said, SLOSMASHN, we need to make this better because it's fun, but the stock electronics suck. It needs upgrades, it needs improvement. The body's heavy, it sways. Now it is cool. We just need a little bit more weight, and I think we could be good, right, Pennywise? Your fruit down here, Georgie. But y'all let me know what you think about it downstairs in the comments below. Yeah, one last thing before we go right here. I hope in the future they release more of these like RTR bodies, just the body, like ready to pop on painted, either the white or the teal one. I'd probably like to get the teal one since I already have this one, just to have another one, not the parts or just the Lexan shell only, but the whole thing ready to pop on, because these bodies are just awesome. That's what really makes this truck a crown jewel in my book, especially being an action figure collector. I hope they release one so I could get another one. That way I could rest easy and beat the shit out of this one. You know what I mean, right? Well, until next day, smash your bell, smash your thumb, subscribe if you haven't already, because we are it clown. You float down here, Georgia, brushless, early Ford, Axial Bronco, smashing out.